I'll guess why they call it the Skyliner. We just arrived at the Mustang Owners Museum. So we got to come in the rain for the first time. So here we are. Welcome back to GreasyCornerGarageNC. Here we are with the Ford Owner Association. We are going on a cruise today, so we just all got together. We met here at Pier 51. We're going to go to the Auto Barn, and then we're going to go over to the Mustang Museum. So stick with us today. It's going to be a little ride along. We might make it to the Kannapolis Cruise In later on this afternoon, but we'll see. Here we are. This is our first stop at the Auto Barn. As you can see, there's a massive collection here. This is where you can store cars. You can put them on consignment. They actually have a upholstery shop, and they do some light restoration as well. So this is in Concord, North Carolina. So we're going to do a little walk around. This place is open. It's like a museum. It's a really fun place to come. So alrighty, let's go. I'm gonna quit talking and start walking. kind of neat, you know, but the only thing I can say about it, it's got character. That's for sure. Look at all this fabrication. It's nice. Definitely got some character. Definitely unique. Yeah. Good stuff. You never know what you might run into coming into the auto barn. You see there's Saabs, 900s over there, turbos. You know, there's a lot of different things in here. BMWs. You can put about anything you want to on consignment in here. And there's a lot of car collectors that look in these kind of places to find specific cars. So it's a good place to sell a car. It's a good place to store a car. Back there in the very, very back. We ain't gonna walk back there, but they might let me back there. They might not. I don't know. But you can store things where nobody can get around and nobody can touch them. So that's always a plus. So yeah. here at the Auto Barn, he just came up to me and said there's a Pinto up front up there. He wants me to go up there. He's gonna fire it up for us. So stick with us. Check this out. That's gonna be good. Spaces back there. That's pretty cool. Morse minor panel truck. So it's got some meat under it. Looks like it's got a small block Chevy in it. That's different. Me and my dad built a model of one of these cars, and it was supposed to be hot like a Corvette yellow. So he took it to the body shop and he painted it with some, professional urethanes, brought it home to me. Now, I was 7, 6, something like that, whatever, building model cars. And he brought it home and it had this soft yellow on it, and I thought it was ruined. I still got that car, so this thing just reminded me of that. Cool little model car. Yeah, it was fun. See them custom wheels on it.
Not much. We're just gonna put a little fuel in.
So the guy here at the Auto Barn, he just came up to me and said there's a Pinto up front here. So we're gonna kind of move on through. I want to make sure that we get up there to see this Pinto fire up. That's gonna be good. Now we all know the Grand National, Thunderbird. Shout out to my Aunt Ramona. I always think about her when I see one of these. There, that's got some modern power in it. 51 Chevrolet 3100. 38 Ford. Now you tell me how you pronounce that. Now this right here, this is pretty neat here. So let's walk around over here to the tag real quick before we. So it's a 54 Ford Crestline Skyliner. So can any of y'all guess why they call it the Skyliner? Look at that. Ain't that cool? This is why they call it the Skyliner. Look at that. It's got a complete glass top. Now I'd be scared to bring this car into my shop because you break that piece of glass, it's over. Like, where you buy one of those at? That's pretty wild. So, I don't know if that was the original moonroof, but that's definitely rare. That's pretty neat. All right. So this is the vault, obviously, here at the Auto Barn. Stay tuned. We're gonna check out this Pinto and fire it up, and then we got a few more stops, so stick with us. So it's a Ford 1975 Pinto Pro Street car.
With air conditioning and power windows.
Hey, now that's what makes it street. So here we go. So the Ford Owner Association, we're getting special access to the back. These are the cars that nobody else can get around. You can't touch them. I think we're gonna go back here and see the owner's special personal collection. Stick with us. Sunbeam Tiger.
Green ones, correct.
Tribute cars, race cars. I like to see what's up under that.
Have you ever seen that stuff going down? That's Pantera. Yeah, he's part of the mill. This is the owner's. This is the real one, right? Oh yeah. And
Still a real one.
Yeah, that's the way I like to modify
has anybody ever seen a 1936 MGSA? You ever even heard of it? 5 in the world. Looks right over here. Right. If you want to peek, if you look on the other side of that truck, there's 1, 2, about 3 more of those Tigers and nope. Here. Lotus. I think this is an Alpine. Yep. There's an Alpine there. That's an Alpine there.
Wow.
Got to see this 36 MG. I know everybody's going, who really wants to see that? But I promise you.
There's a French Centurion. Look at that.
For 1936. Look at that.
And it's all original.
Yes, sir.
Wow. 1936.
MGSA.
MGSA. Wow.
Really neat car. Nobody would ever thought MG made a car that big.
No.
This will be for sale at the Ato Barn. The gentleman, he worked for Coca-Cola in Charlotte. He's getting up in his age. He brought it in. We got to get the brakes fixed and a couple other things, but super nice, very rare car. Over there, if you like a race car, that's Austin Dillon's. Over there beside it, Joe Nemechek. There's Darrell Walker's KFC car over there. I believe you'll find this interesting.
Like a swimming pool.
Jaguar. That's cool.
And Tom Carter has a Cunningham, and it was one of 27 ever built. And there were 7 that were built for race cars, and that's why they had to manufacture the rest of them.
Yeah.
And Tom has an original Cunningham that he found in Greenville, South Carolina, that has one of the old Chrysler 354 Hemis with 4 2-barrel carburetors, and it's still in a race form.
Yeah.
Value of the car is probably $500,000, and today he's road racing it.
Really? Today?
He sure is.
Wow, that's what you do.
Put her
Will.
to use.
Oh yeah, that was up north that's in Maine, right?
Yes.
Maryland, somewhere
Yep.
up there. Yeah, I heard about that race.
And Joe,
yeah.
actually, the owner that
And
owns
they're
all
all
this,
just-
he road races BMWs.
Wow, that's neat.
Just a lot of old neat stuff. There's no telling if you pull the cover up on what you'll find.
I'm looking for.
Hey, thank you for showing us these cars.
Okay.
Run on
I'm gonna hook you up. Did you see that old yellow 65 Mustang? We got it where it says it don't have no documented. 1965, that car was sold to a rental agency in New York City. And a gentleman that lived there went to rent a car. And he rented it for 3 or 4 days and went to take it back. This is in 65, right? Business is closed, out of business, no cars in the parking lot, no furniture, nobody answered the phone. So he's standing out there thinking, what am I gonna do with this?
Keep it.
So he drove it back home and he put it in his garage. Well, then he got to thinking, they could probably get me for stealing this car. So he was scared to do anything with it. So the car sat in his garage for 12 years. And somebody finally told him, said, dude, go to court. Said, they'll plead your case. So we went to the court and they were able to prove that Ford sold it to a dealer, to a rental agency that went out of business. So they give him a title. So he goes back home, waits another 3 years, and this is now into the 80s, okay? And he decides one day, I'm gonna get this car running. So where did he take it? Lexus of Manhattan, and told him, get this car running. So what would you think a dealership would have done to a car if you told them to get it and drive it? They did everything, okay? Give him a call set, car's ready, $7,800. $7,800 in the 80s was a lot of money.
Yeah, it ain't worth that.
So he couldn't afford to pay for it. So he figured he'd take his income tax and some money and go get him a good running Mustang. So Lexus pushed it out in the back. It sit back there 5 years. After that, they finally had an auction, and a guy from Virginia that had a car museum bought the car and took it in there and left it sitting for another 15 years. And they finally closed the museum. It's got 9,000 original miles on it out there. Crazy.
Wow. here we are. We just arrived at the Mustang Owners Museum. You see the whole Ford crowd is with us. They're over there cooking some hot dogs, getting some food prepared. Stay with us. We're going to walk around here and check out some really cool Mustangs. And we might end up making it out to the Kannapolis cruise in today. We're not real sure. You know, it's pretty hot out here. We got our, you know, staying hydrated. But stay with us and you'll find out. Here we are in Concord, North Carolina at the Mustang's Owner Museum. We just got done eating some hot dogs, fellowshipping with the guys and the gals. And so I'm gonna give you a quick walkthrough in here. They got some really neat things, some really rare cars, some holy grails. They have some clay models that came directly from Ford. So stay with us and we're gonna continue to walk and I'm gonna quit talking. Running with the Fox, yeah. Come on. Look at Barbie, got the Foxbody, come on. Yeah. Yeah. So, 87 Foxbody Convertible. That's it. Kind of like the Vanilla Ice one, doesn't it? And that car right there is actually clay. It's actually a clay car. This is how they, when they first mock them up. Here we go. Here's some information about it. It's an S650. Revealed by Ford Motor Company this past September. One of a kind full-size clay model used to fabricate the actual production vehicle. I mean, it looks, you know, looks pretty good to be clay. All that's been hand carved. And you see that, you know, all the, that's amazing. This is another clay model. I mean, obviously that's leather and you know, but this is a model, so they can, designers can tweak it, they can see it and touch it, feel it before they actually finally approve it, you know, and we'll do a final approve of it. More about that. So yeah, I like all this artwork like this. I love the design. What goes into a vehicle there, you know, this is what my calling was at the very beginning. I've always been an artist. I've always drawn stuff. I really should have went to that drawing school in California right out of high school. That's what I should have did, but it's okay. We can't turn the clock back. All we can do is keep rolling forward. But I do like this kind of stuff. I love the documentation. I love seeing the sketches. I mean, look at that. That's cool. That's a little exaggerated, but that's pretty neat. And these Fox bodies, I mean, what if they produced one of those? Now look at that target top, that's kind of neat. And that almost looks like a Firebird, doesn't it? What do you think? That kind of looks like a, yeah, I don't know, that's weird. But neat. So, there's a clay model. Oh, there's actually pictures of that burgundy clay model right there. And the interior, that's pretty neat. That'd be a fun job. There's carving tools. Those look more like some vintage tools, but that's very cool. So it's just foam. They start swiping clay on it. So let's go here from the beginning. The 289. And then we got the Boss 302. So Dorton, if you go look at my Facebook and look at the Futura photo album, I'll be uploading, or I probably already have anyway, I'm gonna upload some new pictures of my motor. Keith Dorton has got it in the assembly room and he is putting it together, and it's basically going to be it's not a Boss, but it's going to have those valve covers on it. It's going to be a 347 stroker. We're expecting 450, 500 horsepower. So it's going to bring that little Futura to life. And so there's a Shelby GT 350. It's got supercharger on it. That's pretty cool. The 351. A 351 Windsor. I'm surprised that they don't have a Cleveland in here, but that's the bigger one. 5.0, and this is what came in the later Fox bodies. And now we're getting into more modern things here. It's the 4.6 liter. And then that right there is the monster. This is the Voodoo. It's a 5.2 liter naturally aspirated V8. Came in the Shelby GT 350 to 350R. It is dual overhead cab. What's the horsepower? Horsepower is 526 horsepower, 7,500 RPM, 429 pounds of torque at 47. Look how big them heads are. Huge, massive. Yeah, you don't want to do a timing chain on that. You don't want to do it. Let's walk on through. This is the Elleanor by Tim Brooks. The original GT500 had a 428 V8. Very iconic car. The movie made it absolutely famous. There's a little more about it if you want to pause the video and read that. Golden Anniversary Mustang. Stage 1 Roush. It's a good looking car. I love the interior in it. Ain't that neat? Diamond plate. There we go, the Mach 1. that red line on the tires. What do you think about that? Matches the seats. And you see it says 390 on, that's a big block. It's a 69 Mustang Mach 1, 390. Boss 302. And there's the Cobra too. So this is probably one of my least favorite of the Mustangs. Definitely odd. They say they sold over 1.1 million of these cars from 74 to 78. And you see that steering wheel looks just like the one that's in my Futura. The SN 99. These Recaro seats, I like to find me a set of those. Now this right here is the Holy Grail Foxbodies. This is the last year, the 93. It's an SVT Cobra. Look how clean this car is. And that's unrestored. This is all factory. That car ain't been repainted. It's been rubbed on a little bit, that's for sure. But that's it. That's the brakes that we use on the Futuras and the Zephyrs and Fairmonts. These are the cars you want to find in a junkyard where you can actually get all the brake, the suspension components off of it. The chassis is identical, so everything in this thing will bolt right on it. We even take the dash components out of them and use them in the Fairmont. I've actually got a Mustang dash in it right now. I got all kinds of literature here. It's a really nice collection of Mustang things. Now for you guys that like these new ones, here's your GT 350. Shelby 350R. Let me get that right. And I just read it's got 19-inch carbon fiber wheels on it. Wow. Did I read that correctly? Sure did. Right there. See that? There's some more memorabilia here. Like the little models. That's one model I never built when I was younger, was a Mustang. That's a cool poster. Okay, this is the last section of the museum. We got more memorabilia here. We got us a barn find. It's always good. A Mustang and a half. 64 and a half. Pretty car. 93 LX. 14,000 original miles. See, all that's original. Look at that. Pretty neat. Look how that red leather is kind of browned and got a nice patina to it. I like that. That's pretty cool. But yeah, that yellow's nice. The SN95. So these are almost a Foxbody. These are just a little bit different. They're a little wider. Some of the different components on it will work on a older Foxbody or on a Foxbody. This is it's copied from the Foxbody, but it's just a little different. But yeah, I missed it. Did y'all see it? Yeah, I missed it. That's got a removable hardtop like a Jeep. That's pretty neat. Look at that. And that's the thing, you know, convertibles are real nice. They're fun to put the top down, you know, go riding around with your girl. But when you get around doing anything performance, or if you get around, you know, you want to go down the interstate, you don't want to ride in that convertible. That thing's flapping around, making a bunch of noise. But if you had a hard top, where you could just pop it down on there, and you see it's still got a soft top inside of it, but that hard top would make it nice. Winter time, trying to keep it warm. Shoot, even in the summertime, trying to keep it cool. You see that? And that's a '69 Mustang Shelby GT 350 Hertz. It's got 351 Windsor. And look at that thing. Now these are the ones that some guys don't like. They don't like that front end. I like it. And if you notice, the front end's a little bit longer. Look how far it comes out. So all that was fabricated. Every bit of it. See all the scoops on it, all the air inlets, air going out, air coming in. That's a race car there. How about y'all leave in the comments and let me know which one is your favorite out of all these Mustangs in here. Which one is your favorite? The Shelby GT 350. Good looking car. It's a '66 Shelby GT 350. Super clean. Look at all the original markings. The OK. It's got the markings on the firewall. Down to, you know, an original looking battery. That's cool. And it's got the little car to go with it. This is '64 Mustang. Built on the very first day of Mustang line production to go to Ford dealers March 9th, 1964. Yeah, it's the barn find. It's VIN 211. I guess I walked right around the little trailer. That's different. That looks like a parade car to me. All right, so this concludes the Ford Owner Association cruise in today we had, or cruise along, whatever you want to call it. Cruise and eat.